Okay. I think you're going to be proud of me today. I'm proud of me, and I'll tell you why. My newest trading strategy has to do with using the fib retracement levels based on 1 hour candles. And the thing with this is you have to look at the 1 hour candle and take a pretty educated guess as to which way it's going to go. But the levels will kind of give you a clue as far as that goes. But it's still kind of an educated guess. You don't really know because price can do whatever the hell it wants to do. Um, Today, the other part of the strategy is I've been talking about this. If you'll notice this volume right here, um, look at this volume right here, 10 o'clock hour, right? Nice volume. I'm waiting till the 10 o'clock hour. Um, I'm sorry. Here we are. This is 9 o'clock. This is 10 o'clock. Anyway, 10 o'clock hour. We're only 20 minutes into it. So this candle's only one third complete. But anyway, the volume is a huge part of the strategy. That the fact that you need to trade during a time when you can get great volume, it's really a critical part of the strategy. So anyway, today we had news at 8:30, and there was a trade off the news, but I decided not to take it because I'm not. That's not really my strategy, not really, but it could become more of my strategy, or could become another setup in my strategy. But it wasn't today. I really wanted to wait for the 10 o'clock. So that news pushed us way down, and I noticed in looking at this 1 hour that we had some support here, and it was an area where price launched from in the past. So if you notice there, like that was just a few days ago, about on the 23rd ish, 24th. Um, so when I saw price come down here and put in this buyer's tail, that doesn't necessarily mean the price is going to go higher, but it could go higher if it doesn't go lower. So basically, I'm trying to figure out what price wants to do based on these two candles here of the first two big candles of the day. And is the 8 o'clock hours to 9 o'clock hours. So I kept flipping this. I kept flipping this in the first few minutes of the 10 o'clock hour to try to figure out where it was finding like agreement in terms of levels that it wanted to support. For example, I was looking at it on the short side at first, thinking, okay, this level seems to be. Let's take this off for a second. I kept flipping it over. So when I saw these two wicks, the argument for the short side was that. Hold on for a second. Let me do something over here. I'll use a 1 hour on this side to do the. I'll keep this on a 3 minute. Okay, and I'll use the one over here that you can't see synced up to put it up and down on it. So hold on for a second here. Okay, so the argument for the short side was. Bear with me. I'm really sorry. Oh, for some reason. Oh, because I'm making the tape. That's why it's not working over there. I don't have that screen lit up. Okay, so I'll just use the 1 hour here. Okay, get rid of this. This is kind of important. I'm sorry if I'm boring you or anything. I'm just trying to get organized here. So the argument for the short side was that this is how I'm seeing it. So the argument for the short side at first was that, okay, this 50% fib level right here, or 61% fib level, no, 50%. I'm sorry. Why are these on this side? They need to be on the left side. Values to the left. Okay. All right, that's a little easier. Okay, I'm so sorry. Okay, so I saw these two wicks wicking against the 50% level, and the bodies hanging out under the 61.8 level, and that kind of was an argument for the short side, right? But I'm like, I'm still not convinced because these bodies are not actually under the 61.8. They're not actually holding the 61.8. They're kind of peaking above it. So I wasn't totally convinced. And then I saw this candle. This candle had a wick below and a body above very clearly. Very clearly. Wick below, body above that. So that wasn't working. So I flipped it over, and then I saw this one come up real quick too. So I flipped it over to look at the other way. All right, so let's change back to the hour. Sorry about this. I'm doing it, typically I'm doing it on another screen, but I don't have that screen lit up for recording, so I can't use it right now. So anyway, take that off. Do it the slow way here. Sorry. Okay. Put it back on the long side, right? Put it back on the long side. Analyze it again. Okay, on the 1 minute or the 3 minute. Let's take a 1 minute. Okay. Now I'm looking at it going, okay, so now it's reversed, right? Like the fib box is based on a long. And what do I got? I got this particular level, which is a 0.382, is definitely you've got a body above and a wick below. I mean, that's very clear, right? And then it just rockets through the 50 and it rockets up into the 60, right? And it's just showing a lot of strength, right? So then I'm like, okay, now what's holding? Okay, so we got a big, strong, a 4-bar move, and then it kind of hits this diagonal piece here, which is typically acts as resistance. This is a diagonal line between the high and the low of the previous hour. Okay, it's like a diagonal line between the high and the low of the previous hour. So that acts as resistance and support also. But what I saw here was that, okay, is it going to roll over or what's it going to do? So I don't know. I just was really feeling like the 50% was no problem here. And then the next one up with the 78.6 was definitely starting to get some support here. And then the EMA cloud was also providing support. So between this huge move up like this and then this kind of flag, this pennant flag thing being put in, this support, and the fact that it bursts through the 50% or the 50 and the 60, which to me are the two key levels, just said it was kind of screaming long to me. It was kind of screaming long. So my entry on this one, let me take a quick look and see where I actually got in. Where's the one trade I took? Okay. I actually got in at 80.50. 80.50. 80.50 is right here. Right here. That's where I got in. And I think I got in, I'll tell you exactly what time I got in. Got in at 9:17 a.m. 9:17 a.m.? No. I'm sorry, 7:09. What am I talking about? Okay, so I got in on this candle, right? That candle right there. Got in on this candle right here, 7:09. This particular candle. I was just convinced because I saw this flag being formed above this this EMA cloud. The fact that it burst through the 50 and the 60 so hard. The fact that this one held the 78.382, and all that is just telling me long. Okay, so now where do I put my stop? Now, the stop is a very interesting thing because in the past, I always used to put my stop just below the most recent support. And that never worked for me because, there's wiggling that goes on the way up, right? And it just doesn't work, right? You get shaken out. So the new kind of approach here is I'm looking at what kind of wiggle room do you really need, and what I kind of decided is you need about 2 levels down, right? A wiggle room, meaning that the level that you're closest to, don't count that as a level, but like 1-2 levels down, and put a stop under there. Now, yeah, maybe you don't make quite as much money when you hit your target when you have a wider stop because obviously you've got fewer shares for that risk unit. But it allows you to kind of wiggle yourself up there and get where you need to go. So this particular one, I did a 14 lot, which means that I was using I think I was using a 35-point stop. Yeah, I think I was using a 35-point stop because I was looking at this level down here at 35 or 45, actually. Yeah, 45. So don't count the one I'm really neck close to, and then 2 levels down under that. So 1, 2, here. So I was at 45, right? 45 to 80 is 35 points. So on my chart, I look at 35 points right here, and I get 14 for 2 accounts, so 7 per account. So that's what I did. I bought 14 right there, and I kept a 35-point trailing stop. So what I did is I made a little rectangle right here with 35 points of stop, and I just trailed this up as it went up. I trailed it up, and my target obviously was 1.618. And guess what? Guess what? I sold it. I sold. That was 17,442, and I sold at 17,441.75. Talk about holding for target, right? So that was the trade. This is the result of the trade. I'm very proud of this because I've been working on this for several days, maybe even you could say several years to be able to do this. And I got $850 per account, 2 accounts, $1,700. That's one trade. I'm one and done. I don't need more than that. Now look, I have actually 16, about 16 of these. And I've blown up so many of these in the past, over trading, over leveraging, etc. Not really coming at it from a good point of view. But there's no reason, if this keeps working, that I can't put all 16 of these trades on together and trade as a group. And if I did that, in this particular instance, for example, 850 times 16, that'd be $13,600 for one trade, right? So that's totally possible because I've got the accounts. I need to let them renew. I got a few renewing May 4th, a couple more renewing May 11th, a couple more renewing May 16th, and they renew at $37 a month. So once they convert, then I don't pay for them anymore, and I'm trading them on a performance account. So anyway, this is the trade. That was how I came up with the direction. I held to target, which, as you can see, target was hit, and now basically didn't really go over that. I got 1441.75. Blue line here, 1.618 is 1442.50. I got like 75, 3/4 of a point from the top of the move. So that was my trade for the day. Damn proud of it. I don't know what else to say. I'm very happy about it. Okay, I'll talk to you later.